Today I want to talk to you about student folders, which sounds like a super boring topic, but it's actually important. Folders are what help keep my studio organized, and if you know me from elsewhere, you'll know that I'm a pretty organized person. That's how I do all the things that I do. So there are two types of folders that I use for my students. One is for me and one is for them. So I'll start with the one that's for them. This is what my studio folders look like, and I have this sheet on the front with all these circles and with my studio logo on it there. What the circles are for, they're decoration, they're just little pianos, but they also are spots to put our challenge stickers. So when they achieve a challenge, we take out that front sheet and we put it in there. It's important to me that actually the sheet is removable and the stickers stay on it because folders do break every so often. So it's very handy to just slip out their sheet, keep the same sheet, and we put it in front of the new folder. Along the spine then I have my contact info, just so it's really handy for parents and they have no excuse not to know how to get in touch with me if there's an emergency or something comes up. It's always there on the side of the folder. Inside the folder then I have tabs, so you'll find the sheet music, technique and general info. General info is the back, it's where I put practice tips and sheets like that, and also the calendar, fee information, policies, that kind of stuff all goes in the back. And then technique and sheet music are self-explanatory. I've experimented with all different types of tabs, but those three are the three that work for me. And then in front of that is where I put the assignment sheet every week. The new one goes on top, and so it's always on top. It's always easy for them to find. When they open their folder, it will be this week's assignments on top, and if they need to look back at old ones, they can absolutely do that. That's basically how the folder works. On the back, sometimes I put a colored sheet. I don't actually use that back pocket every time. I only use it when a student is in a group or if they are a sibling. That's when we put the colored sheets in, and that's simply so that we can very quickly and easily identify which one is which. So in a group lesson, especially by preschooler groups, right, each one has a color and they have a matching color on the handles of their bag. So it's very easy for us when we're getting ready for them to go home. And then for siblings, I just have each of them tell me their favorite color. As long as there's no quibbling about it, I'll give each of them their favorite color in their folder, and that way it's easy for parents and for them to identify which one is which. The other folder I have for students is a very simple paper pocket folder. They're like less than 10 cents. I think they were getting about 8 cents per piece. And I just stick the student's name on the front there. And so this is what I use to keep all of my students' content organized. So I hang on to these, and each day I grab those students that I have that day and I bring them to my piano. My office is separate, it's away from my piano, so I can't easily grab things, and it's much easier for me to do it this way. So everything is printed out and ready to go in this folder, and on the day when I need it, I just bring that day's folders over to the piano. They're actually already organized by day, and I have them in the order that I'm going to teach, and then as I get through students I just put that one to the bottom, and it's really easy to stay organized that way. So what's inside though? Well, inside this one, for example, right now is a book because I'm about to give it to this student, and then I have the assignment sheet for next week, and then I have past exam papers with corrections in case I need to refer to those as well. It'll depend on the student. What's inside will depend on them, but they'll always be their next assignment sheet once I've made it, so that will always be inside. And then I could have some backup resources, I could have some worksheets that I want to give to them, or even pieces that I think, oh, when we get a moment we're going to work on this, so I'm just going to put it in there. I want to broach this subject, this topic, this concept, whatever it is, or maybe a scale sheet. Tons of stuff. Whenever I think of something and I want it to save it for that student, it goes in there straight away. So I don't have these resources clogging up my computer that I'm thinking of using. It's always going into a student's folder because I bought it or I found it for them specifically, or created it for them specifically, and so it's already in their folder ready to go when we need it. And those two simple folders are how I stay organized. Let me know about your system in the comments below. I'd love to hear it.